internet buzzing last night with this dunk over Malik Beasley. End of the third quarter. The JM got the Grizzlies back within 11 points before they finished off their comeback, and the T-Wolves in the final period. I don't know if this is fair to ask in the first round, but hey, that's what makes it fun. Shannon, could this go down as the greatest playoff dunk ever?
I don't think so, Skip, although it was an unbelievable dunk. And if I had to score it, I would give it a 10.
Yep.
Because he did dunk on somebody. He did hammer fist it. He brought it way, way back to let everybody know that I'm here. We don't normally see guys get this kind of running start. Skip, this was almost like a dunk contest dunk, where there's nobody down the lane and you just got a prop. And Malik Beasley just happened to be the prop that he's going to dunk over.
That is true.
But
yeah, that gets a 10 in the dunk contest.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. But Skip, if you remember, we got, let's see, John Starks. You remember John Starks?
Yeah.
Because he shifts it from his up to his offhand.
Yeah.
John, you get a 10 for this dunk. And I think right now, look at this dunk right here, Skip. He goes to his offhand.
He did.
And dunks over 3 people. Look at this.
Yep.
That's John Starks, who's not much bigger than Ja. He's more sturdier than Ja, but I don't know if how much more taller that he is than Ja.
I know John from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Go ahead.
This was an unbelievable, Skip, I know people, Knicks fans going to be upset. That put them up 2-0 in the series, and they didn't win another game.
They did not.
They didn't win another game. That was unbelievable. We got Michael Jordan in 91 in the playoffs. DJ, we got MJ. How he gets out. Look at this, Skip. He's like, oh, damn. You cut me off. Ewing, come on. And Ewing is a pretty good defender, Skip. He goes over 7-foot Patrick Ewing and dunks it on his head.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Ewing, we got you again. This was an unbelievable play. Oakley tries to cut him off, didn't cut the baseline off good enough. And this one, this might be the best dunk in the playoff history, Skip, right here. And then playing the acorns on Patrick Ewing's head.
Yep.
Got a tag for that, and then told Spike Lee, sit you down.
He did. Yep.
Oh,
I know
man,
him well.
Patrick, I'm sorry, bro. Patrick Ewing got on top 5 dunks in playoff history. Pat Ewing is on 2 of them. Give Ja credit. It ignited him. But, Skip, I'm not going to say it was better than the John Starks or the Scottie Pippen or Jordan dunk. But I will give it a 10 because, like I said, those guys at least jumped. Malik Beasley, bruh. Skip, I'm sorry. I'm not taking no charge. Even if you take a charge, nobody's going to remember that you took the charge on the poster.
Yeah.
All they're going to see is this man got his hand in the rim, and you look it up, but he caught a body. So you like, man, I got a charge. Who cares? Either I'm challenging it, and I'm going to foul you, and you're not putting this ball in the hoop, or I'm just going to hey, just go ahead, because like you said, Skip, that only cut the lead to what, 11?
Cut to 11.
I can see if it's the last seconds of a ball game, Skip, maybe. But I'm not no 11, not a basket that's only going to make it 11. Are you going to posterize me for that one?
Okay. I hear everything you just said, and I don't disagree with the ones that you showed, but I'll pick back through them case by case.
Okay.
For me, iconic dunks need to have impact. They have to have resounding residual impact. And it's hard for us to gauge exactly the impact of this because the story ain't told yet.
Correct.
If we look back on this dunk, if Memphis goes on and does what I think they're capable of doing, which is winning the West, we might look back on that moment as the flashpoint north-south moment for Memphis of the whole playoffs. And if we look back on that was the jump start, that detonated the Memphis Grizzlies. It didn't immediately detonate them, but if it detonated Ja enough to take over that game and this series and ultimately the playoffs, then it starts to rise up the iconic list because it's going to take on some meaning. It's
an iconic moment forever because it happened in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He caught a body, and the way he dunked it brought it all the way back. Yeah. It's ingrained. It's in lore now.
Okay, I got it. But in magnitude of impact on the playoffs, on playoff history, we don't quite know yet.
Right.
I'm rooting for it to be the flashpoint moment. And I'm going to repeat that Ja, up to that point in this game, had a grand total of 10 points on 4 of 12 and had missed 5 of 7 free throws up to that point.
Right.
And I kept saying yesterday, it's time to walk the talk or jump the talk or shoot the talk or back up the talk.
Right.
You can talk all you want, but you have to back it up.
Yeah, you got to play at some point.
And he had prematurely celebrated, as we talked about, after Game 2 and Game 3, like the series was over. And I don't care what you do on social, as long as you do it on the hardwood.
Correct.
And again, all of a sudden, I don't know what possessed this young man, but he all of a sudden said, I see it, I feel it. It's time for me to rise and shine above. He literally transcended the game at that moment to say, watch this.
Right.
Now, I don't want to go to Ja's head where he just becomes a social media phenomenon. I want him to become a playoff phenomenon, not social.
Right.
That's all icing on this cake.
Correct.
Okay, so as you say, he cocks it all the way back, and he did it with malice, it's like with vengeance and malice. So I got to see it one more time. He gets a step, and then it's real close to being a charge. It's just real close to, because Beasley got where he's supposed to get, and I get what you say, but he's trying to play basketball. He's trying to make a basketball play, but he's in the wrong place at the wrongest time. Okay, so what? On degree of that's sensational to me. It's just like,
unbelievable.
Hey, it's just unbelievable. Every time I watch it, it gets better.
You know, Skip, you're not supposed to give Leaper space. Why would you would never give Michael Jordan that kind of lane. You would never give Kobe Bryant that kind of lane.
Nope.
That guy has that kind of athleticism. I'm not saying he's that type of player, but he has that kind of bounce in his game.
He does.
And you're going to let this man get the ball from the top of the key, come down there with two dribbles, and take off? And what do you think is going to happen? He almost caught Kevin Love earlier this year with the exact same play.
He did.
It just so happens Kevin Love is 6'10", and he lost the ball. But he almost got K Love with the exact play that he got Malik Beasley
By the way, about 3 or 4 minutes later, Ja got a lane to the left on Karl Anthony and tried to throw it down on him and couldn't, because he's just too tall.
Yeah.
What's Karl Anthony? Is he 6'11" or
Probably
whatever?
7 foot tall.
7 feet. Okay. So now back to degree of difficulty. They list Ja at 6'3", and I'm not buying it. Maybe 6'3" in sneakers, maybe, but I'll maybe give you 6'2", and sometimes I watch him play and he looks 6'1"-ish to me. But I'm going to go 6'2".
Okay.
So obviously, on degree of difficulty, you have to give the 6'2" guy, just on inch for inch, you have to say, you did that?
Skip, it always looks better when a little man dunks the ball. I mean, the shorter, that's why Spud Webb won. We don't see the 5'7" guy dunk like that.
Spud, close friend of mine, and I was in the front row for that, 86 in Dallas, over his best buddy, Dominique.
Because he's from Dallas, isn't he?
From Dallas, born and raised, and Spud went 5 feet 6 inches tall, and fair and square, he beat the human highlight reel, Dominique from Atlanta, Georgia. He beat him in a dunk contest in Dallas, Texas, in old Reunion Arena.
Skip, it just looks, dunks looks better when the guy's smaller, because it looked like Spud Webb, he was jumping half his body to get up. 5'6". I mean, a tall guy, Skip, a 7-foot guy dunking, when these tall guys get it ain't the same. But you get a guy 6'6", 6'4", 6'6", and he can dunk, can elevate like Ant-Man. Ant-Man looked like he's leaving the building.
That is correct. Okay, back to, let's start with the Starks dunk. Okay, I think John's like 6'5"-ish.
You think so? Think it's that tall?
I think he is. We could look. I should have looked it up before the show, but I've been next to him, and he seems like he's 6'4", 6'5".
Okay.
Anyway, he's a little bigger than Ja.
Right.
But I give you the degree of difficulty on that to go.
He goes to his offhand.
Yeah, go to left hand over 3.
Right.
And it was sensational. But here's the Starks. Okay. The outcome wasn't sensational. It didn't change the series. It didn't.
Put them up 2-0, Skip, and then they win another game.
They didn't win another game. I got it. So okay, I got it, because he could jump out of the gym.
Yes.
Okay, and then the Pippen dunk over Ewing. It was great. I'll disqualify myself. I'm not the biggest Scottie Pippen fan. I think he's like gone over the edge, anti-Jordan, so it's hard for me to love him. So it's hard for me to bless anything he did as iconic. So I'm going to then leap to the most iconic dunk that I ever saw, and it was just Jordan over Ewing. But you made the best point. It was a surprise attack, because it looks like he gave up on the play. If we could see the Jordan dunk one more time, It looks like he's got nowhere to go. And then all of a sudden he says, whoops, I got you. And so Ewing gets a little bit ambushed where he's not really there yet. He didn't quite get home because Ewing is 7 feet tall.
Right.
Jordan is 6'6".
Right.
Okay. But once you let Jordan, what was the golden rule for
You got to keep him
Detroit?
out the air. You can't let him elevate.
If you let him elevate, you got to knock him out of the air. You can't let him get to the apex because if he does, you're done.
Right.
Okay.
But here's the thing, Skip. If Jordan had turned the corner like Ja, or Kobe had turned the corner like Ja, Vince Carter turned, Skip, everybody's just moving out the way. I don't know what Malik Beasley is thinking. Skip,
Well, he's just trying to play basketball. He's trying to do what the textbook says.
Skip, sometimes you got to know the journey. Coach, I get him next time.
Okay, but he came real close to drawing a charge.
Now,
It's real close.
Skip, that poster. Do you know how many posters they printed? They got 200,000 posters hot off the press this morning with that. Okay, it was a charge. I'm gonna say it was a charge. Who cares? Skip, look how this man got the ball back. He got it like he a waiter, and he serving him up.
He's serving him. He did.
He got the ball back here. Come on, Malik. Oh, Malik.
You want to talk about in your face? That's about as in your face as you can get.
You can never, ever leave. All right, I'm going to do you like Ja.
Yeah.
That's every time he goes. He was so good. His girlfriend probably said, I do you like Ja. It's over, Skip. You know, once you get got like that, every time he comes,
maybe you've forgotten, but I opened the show saying, I'm going to do you like Ja.
Exactly.
Right?
See?
Okay. That's what that is.
That's what it is.
So my point is, I think that has a chance to go down as the greatest dunk in playoff history if they can